I want to start this video with a great big shout out of respect and congratulations to my friend Fasting Fatman on achieving the unbelievable goal of 120 days of water fasting and losing over 200 pounds. John, you look absolutely fantastic. You're just beaming. You're shining. You're happy. You look healthy. And you are inspiring so many people and changing so many lives with your example. And I'm so proud of you. I cannot express enough how in awe I am of you and your achievement. And you should be so proud of yourself. Man, look what you've done. Absolutely incredible. And I'm so happy that you have decided to extend your fast and go to 150 days. Good for you. Congratulations. I wish God's blessings on you and your family and all of your fans. Good things are happening for you, and good things are happening in the world with people like you who are inspiring others to believe in themselves and take charge of their own health, because it's simple and it's easy. I showed it, you're showing it, and right now this is exactly the kind of evangelism the world needs to see. So good on you, man. Good on you, bro. Love you. Keep doing your thing. Thanks a lot. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Club Fred. I'm Fred D, your host, and today is May the 2nd, and it's the 11th day of my fast. I've lost about 14.8 pounds, and this morning I weigh 202.8 pounds. And I weigh exactly the same as I did yesterday, which is just such a thrill to see that on the scale, because the previous day I only lost 1.4 pounds. So in 2 days, that's all I've seen. But you know, when you're losing weight during fasting, sometimes that happens and you don't see any progress on the scale, but that doesn't mean things aren't moving in your body and there's not progress otherwise. And in the past, I would take some skinny pants and try them on, and I went through some of my skinny pants and they're getting closer to being wearable again. So that's encouraging, but they're still a little bit tight. And when I take my clothes off and I look at myself, I'm still a fatty. After my 75-day fantastic water fasting adventure, I fasted down to 192 pounds, and I balanced out at around 197, where I stayed for a long time while refeeding OMAD keto. So I'm not that far off from a very comfortable place in my maintenance. But this fast, we're going to break new ground. We're going to go where no man has ever gone before, and I plan to smash my record, and I want to fast to at least 182 pounds. I'm going to look at a trailer frame. It's new. It was custom built for a guy to build a tiny teardrop trailer, which I plan on doing myself, which is kind of exciting if we can come to a good deal. And no walking today because it's a little bit rainy. I really don't think I'm all that interesting. And people that put out videos every single day just amaze me. I can't imagine how they think of something new and interesting to talk about every single day, let alone put it all together in a video and edit it and upload it. So my goal here is that if I have something valuable to say, I'm going to put a video, and if I don't think I have anything that important to say, I'm not going to put a video except for the odd time to just upload an update, because I'm fasting, 11 days now, and it's getting so easy. It's autopilot. I'm not hungry. I don't have cravings. I can do this now for a long time. I was thinking about this number I had of 182, which is 20 pounds from where I am now. 182, 192, 202. So 20 pounds. And if my weight loss slows like I've seen in the past, it's going to go down to less than a pound a day as I progress, which means that to get that 20 pounds, I may have to go the duration of May, another 30 days. But I wonder what I'll look like there, because I look at the pictures of myself when I was 192, and I really like it. I felt great. I think I looked great. I'm not sleeping a lot lately. I go to bed really tired in the mid to late afternoon. I start feeling really tired. I try to stay up to a certain time, and then I go to bed really tired, which is great, because obviously you want to go to bed tired so you can fall asleep. And then I wake up in 3 hours. And that happened again last night. So I'm experiencing insomnia, which is very typical, and most people experience that when they're water fasting. And the reason for that is because your body is just not using up all that extra energy to burn the food that you're feeding it and process it as a fuel source. So what I've learned to do as a practice is to just force myself to relax and stay calm in bed. Because while I may not need sleep, my body needs restoration, and it needs to rest, especially while I'm fasting. And I think even more, if I can give it to myself, is better than less. And instead of getting stressed about not being able to sleep, I have to try to sleep, and get, that feeling like, I need to sleep. Just relax and enjoy the time that you're laying there. Try to relax your brain. Meditate if you know how. But around maybe 2 a.m., I got up. Dr. Fung says, you don't really need the sleep. And if you can't sleep, get up and do something. So what I did is I got up and I cleaned out my fridge because it's been 11 days and I had some vegetables left and I had some boiled eggs left and I had some still raw eggs that I cracked and put in a container and put in the freezer. But the other stuff went in the garbage because it was garbage day Thursday anyway. Today's Thursday. So I did that, and then I set up my coffee for the morning and I went and washed some dishes. And what I've noticed is something that I benefited from before, which is that my environment is starting to get cleaner because I'm doing less with food. I have not much to do, and actually our food stuff, prepping and cooking and all of that paraphernalia that we use for it tends to get spread around and cluttered, and so all of that's getting put away. I mean, some of the stuff, it's like I'm a bachelor, right? So if I use a cup and a knife and a fork every day and some other utensils and I use it every day, I don't put it away because I just put it in the little dish rack, right? And have other stuff, like when I was making my bulletproof coffee, I had, my coconut oil and whatever. So you just have stuff laying around because it's convenient, and I'm just putting all that stuff away, and as I'm doing that, bit by bit, everything is getting cleaned up. Still not enough to show off my my garage living space, but pretty soon maybe I'll give you a tour. I've had some dreams that were better than any movie you could ever imagine, and if you woke up before it was done, you just want to go back to sleep and you want to try to finish that dream off because you want to know how it's going to end. Anyway, you know how sometimes you have a dream and then in the morning you had the most super fantastic dream ever, but you can't remember it? Well, last night, as I said, I couldn't sleep very much, and I spent a lot of time thinking about what I would say in a video. And I should have got up and just wrote it down, right? So, how do I feel? I feel fasting fantastic. My body feels good. I love that empty feeling. I love being able to suck in my gut where I'm actually using my abdominal muscles to pull in my stomach and it stays there. It's not like, oh, I'm pulling in my my belly for a photo. It's just where it's comfortable. It's where I want to be. And I love that empty feeling. And I love I love not having to have a bowel movement every day or feel the pressure of that. Like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom now. And, when you're fasting, you're just giving your entire body and your digestive system a complete rest. Everything just entirely rests and heals and restores. And that's just one of the amazing benefits and miracles of fasting. I feel good. I feel I can continue this fast now for as long as I want, as long as I have fat stores to nourish my body. And so as I get closer to the bottom of those fat stores, I don't know how my body's going to respond, and that's why my fast is always open-ended. I see a lot of people make these announcements. I'm starting a 40-day fast. I'm starting a 60-day fast, whatever. They set these goals, which is, they set them because they want to fast that long. They've calculated sort of how long they might need to fast to achieve their weight loss. But it's not a good idea, in my opinion, to set such ambitious goals. It's better to set shorter goals, and when you get close to them, when you reach them, to just extend them. I did that. Fasting Fatman did it. Like, you need to just go with it and read your body, but just trying to say, I'm going to do this. If you think that by setting that goal is going to help you actually reach that date, I'm not sure if that's true. So dependent on where you've ever been before. Like for me, I did 7 days after doing 100 hours, which is about 4 days. And after doing the 7 days, I didn't want to quit, but I had to quit because of a trip. But it was feeling great. It was feeling quite effortless. I knew I could go on. So I had the confidence to know that when I began again, I could beat that. And it was open-ended, but I kind of thought in my mind, I did a week, so maybe I can do 3. So when I reached 21 days, I was feeling so good, just like I am now, and it was easy. It was so easy to just continue, and I didn't want to quit, and I was emotionally attached to that fast. I didn't want to end it, and I also didn't want to repeat the start. So there was no point in quitting. I still had fat to lose. So everyone knows Jesus fasted in the desert for 40 days, and lots of people have talked about 40-day fasts, but to me, I don't know, I like weekly units. So I fasted for 21 days, so I thought, maybe I can fast for 42 days and double this. But it was still loose. It was a loose goal. It was based on, if I feel as good as I feel right now, I'm going to carry on. And so I did. And I went to 42 days. And I felt just the same, just as good. And at that point, I was close to getting under 200 pounds. I can't remember the exact weight. I have it in my other videos. And at that point, I set a goal. It wasn't days. It wasn't fasting days anymore. It was a weight goal. It was a number. I wanted to get under 200. And I achieved that on day 60. Which was cool. I don't know. Day 60 was kind of a goal, and Wonderland 199 was a goal. That happened on day 60. So then, I still felt good, and I didn't want to quit, so I just kept going. And the reason I quit on day 75 was not because I couldn't carry on, but it was for practical reasons. There was things coming up. There was a trip, and there was some work I needed to do, and I just wanted to fortify myself. So it was a very planned end. I considered it, and I thought 75 days was a nice round number. And if it wasn't for that, I might have gone on longer, except I was experiencing what I call fasting fatigue. It was like, oh man, I've done this so long, I'm so freaking bored. You know, food is, if nothing else, entertaining. and you do isolate yourself while you're fasting. I was really just bored of it. I was so pleased with my results and my accomplishment. So I just wanted to try to find a maintenance protocol where I could eat and also maybe lose a little bit more weight, which I ended up doing. And I learned a lot from that. So other than that, right now, I don't feel that weak, but I noticed that it's kind of intentional. I move a little bit more slowly, especially from a seated position. Or when I get up out of bed, I'm just more careful. I sit up on the edge of the bed and I just sit there, maybe check my phone or my texts before I get up. I'm just trying to be a little bit more careful. I don't really know if there's going to be any issues. So I think that's well advised. But it's not because I feel weak, and I've been going on hikes and walks and, running up and down stairs and feeling quite good, as you've seen in my previous videos. So this is getting quite long again. I kind of lost my way and talked too much yet again, even though I didn't think I had anything to say. So let's end it here for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your support. I love your comments. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing and hit that little bell icon for notifications of new videos. And as always, love yourself, stay safe, and be awesome. That is why all the birds will sing anytime you are near. Just like me, they long to be close to you. On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. I don't like my skin. I never thought about my skin much before. But I read about people talking about how great their skin was when they're fasting. Mine now just seems wrinkly and old and dry. I think part of it is from losing weight. Part of it is from being 56. I never before ever put moisturizer on my skin. Now I do. After a shower, I put some Aveeno. Oh well. Getting old is not for the faint of heart. Hello everybody, welcome to Club Fred. Today is April the... oh God. And this morning I weighed 2.2 pounds. Huh.